So, people, Arsenal 1, Ipswich Town 0. Oh, my days. I'm just glad it's over. I'm tired. I need a nap after watching that. People, Snorefest football. I don't know what to say. I don't have much energy left after watching that. 90 minutes that they will not give us back, people, man. Emirates lit up. First game after Christmas. Sellout crowd. Ipswich at home. It's made for a 4-0, 5-0 thrashing. And we scrape a 1-0. We're hanging on at the end when they're putting crosses in. And listen, 3 points. We collected the 3 points. We got a clean sheet. But worrying performance, really, when you're in a title challenge and you're trying to catch Liverpool. And Liverpool are mashing work and scoring goals. Salah's the most informed player in the league. You've got to perform better than that. I think the main thing that Arsenal have to take out of the game tonight is that they have to sign new players in January. It's crazy to sit here and think, I know, listen, and we're going to talk about Saka briefly and the injury. Arteta had some quotes after the game that were a little bit worrying, but I'm sort of sitting here going, we need a striker, a left winger, and a centre midfielder, in my opinion. I think we're 3 players short. Mikel Merino has not solved our midfield issue. Partey and Rice, yeah, and Odegaard, it's a good midfield, but I think long term you need a ball player to go in there and play left 8 if Rice ends up playing in the 6. If Partey doesn't stay at the football club, we definitely need a left winger. Trossard got a good assist tonight, but he's not the long-term solution. And Havertz up front is not the solution either, and Jesus isn't, and Martinelli isn't. So what would a striker, a left winger and a centre midfielder cost? If you're looking for high quality, you're probably looking at 200 million. You're probably looking at 200 million to solve that. If you were smart, maybe you could get a bit cheaper. If you went for somebody like Osimhen at 65 million or Gyökeres at 85, but you're looking at maybe 200 million. And when you've spent that much money and you're still sitting there going, to win the league, we probably need 200 million or at least 150. If you assessed 2 of those positions, maybe you get away with it. It's a bit of a crazy one. But anyway, let's focus more on the game. Mikel Arteta's quotes, by the way, after the game about Saka. He's quoted as saying in the interview after the game, Bukayo Saka will be out for many, many weeks, probably more than 2 months, depending on how the scar tissue heals. He said he's undergone surgery on his hamstring, and we have to wait and see how his mobility is further down the line. I mean, that is a worrying quote. Remember, Arteta is a manager that doesn't often talk about timelines. When he's asked how long players are going to be out for, we'll have to wait and see, blah, blah, blah. The fact he's gone into detail and said, we think it will be more than 2 months. I wonder if he's doing that to apply pressure to the ownership to say, look, it is more than 2 months. Because he could have downplayed it and just said many weeks, we don't know, we'll have to see. The fact he's putting a time frame on it, and hamstring injuries, by the way, especially early in your career, are very worrying because it tends to be an injury that can go again. Not always, but a lot of the time, the fact he's had to have an operation on it, this is not good news. Because even if he's out for 2.5, 3 months, how does he come back once he's recovered? It will take him time, look, we're just about to hit January. You could be looking, they're saying March before you see him back. It could be the end of March with fitness, maybe April. So you're maybe looking at the last 6 weeks of the season with Saka. So it's basically wiped out more than a quarter of his season. And I think you saw tonight how important he is to our attack. So very bad news on Saka. The club have to go in the market. He did say that Raheem Sterling's injury is not as bad as first thought, though. But is he the solution? It doesn't look like it at the moment. So we'll have to see. Will the club go into the market? I think they have to. They've got to go, especially for a striker and a winger. I don't think they'll address midfield now. but I think they might need 2 in the summer. Let's talk about tonight's performance. Goalkeeper and back 4 didn't have a lot to do. I thought Lewis Skelly was absolutely fantastic tonight. He would have been my man of the match. 18 years of age, the maturity of this guy on the ball. He's not even a natural left back. He's a centre mid. He could play centre mid for Arsenal. He's at left back just looking like he's played there all his life. Absolutely class, mature player. Possibly, I mean, we haven't seen him against top quality wingers defensively yet, so that's another thing he has to overcome. But he might end up being our first choice left back, which is crazy when you think Calafiori, Tierney, Zinchenko, Kivior, all on the bench tonight. And Lewis Skelly's playing at left back ahead of them, you know. Has that money been not spent very well when you think Kivior, 27 million, Zinchenko, 35, Calafiori at 40. Anyway, easy night. I thought Timber was excellent. Again, I thought in midfield, Declan Rice was the biggest positive in midfield. I thought he was good. I think the manager's got to start looking at the balance of the team. You can't simply pick your favourites and create a team out of it. Now, people will go, yeah, but Havertz scored the winner tonight, and he got man of the match somehow. But to me, you either play Jesus up front or you play Havertz up front. You can't play Havertz in midfield long term. It doesn't work. We saw it last season. Our midfield balance was totally off today. You could have played Partey and Rice and Odegaard, or played Nwaneri, or whatever, but playing Odegaard and Havertz in that double attacking pivot, it just, the balance is thrown off. You leave Rice as a lone 6, Odegaard's dropping deeper to get the ball when you want him higher up the pitch, and it doesn't work. Odegaard was awful tonight, in my opinion. He got slightly better towards the end of the game, and he was the most likely to create something for us, which is something that I will always praise him for, that he wants the ball, he doesn't hide. His end product was terrible. His passing was off. His shooting he needs to work on badly. 2 seasons ago, he scored 15 goals. Now he looks like he's shooting with a pillowcase. He's got no power in his foot. They need to get him some food, some Jamaican food, man. Make him strong. The guy can't shoot. We thought he had a good left foot. He has, but his shooting's not. Trossard, I thought first half was excellent. Second half, non-existent, to be honest. Wasn't in the game. Got a good assist. Creativity was lacking. Martinelli, first 10 minutes, I'm hyping him. He's doing good on the right. He got past him. He put a cross in. The remaining 80 minutes, it was same old Martinelli. It looked immature. You know, it looks like he looks like the player that you would have expected to have seen when we signed him from the Brazilian 4th division. Like a wild animal that's just been, you know, taken out of a zoo and dropped back into the wild, just running around like a lunatic. Doesn't lift his head up, doesn't have end product, looks like he's just trapped, you know. Oh, I don't know what the problem is with Martinelli. Is he not good enough? Has he not developed? Has he not been coached well enough? Does he lack footballing IQ? Have we moved on from players like him and we're better? Does the system hold back individual brilliance? I don't know. But how can Martinelli be that good 2 years ago? Klopp saying he's generational, 15 league goals in the Brazil squad. Now, he looks absolutely dreadful. Honestly. And up front, Jesus, quiet game, had a goal disallowed. Maybe only likes playing against Crystal Palace. Don't get too caught up in purple patches, people. We have not got a solution up front, and we need a striker. Jesus, 5 goals against Palace, great. Havertz scores a tap-in, great. They're both not good enough. We've got to go into the market. However, 3 points. We're second in the league. It's a clean sheet. We didn't overexert ourselves and use too much energy. Timber and Jesus avoided their 5th yellow card that would have led to a suspension. If they can get through the next game against Brentford, then that will reset as we'll be halfway through the season. In terms of the game itself, don't bother watching it back. Don't watch the highlights. Stay far away from it. Man of the match for me, Lewis Skelly. 18 years of age, mature, brave on the ball. Did well against Hutchinson defensively, strong, aggressive. When Gabriel and Calvin Phillips, when Phillips tried to push Gabriel, Lewis Skelly was over there having it out with him. 18 years of age, that's leadership qualities, you know. That's what you want to see. I thought Rice did well today, and I thought Timber was excellent, and Trossard first half was good. But a boring game. Let's not hide from it. We're boring against a low block. We seem short of ideas and ways of breaking them down. But a win is a win. Tick it off and move. But there were some worrying individual performances. Go into the transfer market in January. Don't sit there and do nothing. Address the situation. Gyökeres and Osimhen have got a release clause. There is no excuse for this football club to not go into the window. If they don't, we know this ownership are not serious. We'll figure it out. Arsenal 1, Ipswich 0. Snorefest. Lewis Skelly, man of the match for me. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you all soon, people. Bless.